The sparkle in Pinna's boutique in the colourful town of Soulville, at the corner of Ribbon Lane and Lace Street, there stood a little shop that glittered like a jewel under the morning sun. Its golden sign read, "Sparkles Pinna's Perfect Pairs Sparkles High-Heeled Shoe." Inside the boutique, rows of shoes of every colour, shape, and size stood proudly on shiny shelves. Sneakers with glowing soles, sandals that jingled, and boots as soft as clouds, all created by Pinna, the most creative shoemaker in town. But there were 3 shoes that were extra special. They were Pinna's favourites, each hand-painted, enchanted, and stitched with a little magic thread. They were blue, a cool sneaker with lightning bolts on his sides and a spirit full of courage. Green and yellow, a bouncy running shoe who loved challenges and laughter but sometimes acted before thinking. Pink and blue, a dazzling pointed heel, elegant, kind, and gentle, though she often doubted her own strength. By day, they stood perfectly still. But by night, they talked, laughed, and dreamed. The whispering wind one quiet evening, as Pinna switched off the lights and locked the shop door, a playful wind began to dance outside. It whooshed through alleys, whirled past lampposts, and, whoops, slipped through the tiniest crack in the boutique window. Inside, scarves fluttered, boxes tumbled, and shoelaces tangled in a storm of laughter and chaos. "Hold on to your heels," shouted Blue as he rolled off his shelf. "This is fun," giggled Green and Yellow, spinning like a top. But Pink and Blue squealed, "Oh no! We're flying out the window!" And before they knew it, whoosh! They were swept out into the night sky, tumbling across cobblestone streets, past flower carts, and into the heart of Soulville. Lost in the moonlight when the wind finally calmed, the shoes found themselves in the middle of Moonbeam Park, surrounded by towering trees and shimmering puddles. "Oh dear," said Pink and Blue softly. "How will we get back to the boutique?" Blue puffed up bravely. "We'll find our way. We just need a plan." "Or maybe," said Green and Yellow, bouncing on his soles, "we just run around until we bump into home." Blue groaned. "That's not a plan, that's chaos." But Green and Yellow had already leaped ahead, splashing through puddles and humming loudly. Suddenly, splat, he landed in a giant mud puddle that was much deeper than he thought. "Help! I'm stuck," he cried, trying to wiggle free, but the mud sucked tighter around him. Pink and Blue gasped. "Oh no! He's sinking." Blue darted over. "Don't worry. We'll pull you out together." Working quickly, Blue found a long stick nearby and looped his laces around it. Pink and Blue used her sharp heel to dig around Green and Yellow's base, loosening the mud. "Now, pull!" shouted Blue. They heaved together with all their might until, pop, Green and Yellow flew out of the mud, landing on his side with a splat. He looked down, covered in brown slime, and chuckled sheepishly. Okay, maybe next time I'll listen before I leap." Pink and Blue smiled. "We all make mistakes. What matters is we help each other fix them." Blue nodded proudly. "That's what teamwork is all about." Sparkle's life lesson number 1, teamwork makes every journey easier, and every mistake easier to fix. Sparkles. The bridge of belief. The 3 friends marched onward until they reached the river of reflections, where a narrow, wobbly bridge stretched across. It swayed and creaked in the moonlight. "Whoa," Green and Yellow gulped. "That looks risky." Blue tested the first plank. It squeaked loudly. "It's strong enough. We just have to move carefully." But Pink and Blue froze. Her reflection shimmered in the water below, and she whispered, "I I can't. My heels will slip. I'll fall. Blue turned to her gently. You've crossed tougher things than this. You just don't know it yet. Green and yellow grinned. Come on, Pinky. If I can survive a mud puddle, you can handle a bridge. The little heel took a deep breath. Okay. I'll try. Step by step, tap, tap, tap. The boards wobbled, the river gurgled below, but she kept going. Halfway through, a gust of wind whooshed across the bridge. Pink and Blue wobbled dangerously. Hold steady, called Blue, reaching out his lace. Pink and Blue steadied herself, focused her gaze forward, and took one more step, then another, until she made it. The two shoes on the other side cheered. You did it. Pink and Blue laughed with joy. I was so scared, but I did it anyway. Blue winked. That's what bravery is, Pinky. Doing something even when you're afraid. Believe in yourself, even when the path seems shaky. Sparkles. Trouble at the market. Just when they thought their adventure was over, they heard a faint cry. Help! Help! My ball rolled into the drain. A little boy stood by the market fountain, looking down sadly at a red ball stuck in a grate. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye!